A very good morning, my kids. Welcome to today's class. And in this class, we are continuing with our chapter number 13. And after discussing the adaptations, we are going to talk about populations, right? We are going to talk about the population attributes. As the name says, population attributes. So first thing we need to understand is what is a population. पॉपुलेशन इज़ किसको पॉपुलेशन बोलते हो आप कि ये पर्टिकुलर पॉपुलेशन है अलवर की पॉपुलेशन इतनी है दिल्ली की पॉपुलेशन इतनी है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ व्हाट how do you define population? It is a group of individuals or organisms which live in a particular area. That is known as population. So first, when you start with this topic, the first thing which you have to concentrate is on the word population. Wherever a number of individuals they live in a particular area, that term is known as population. Now when we say a group of individuals or number of organisms they live in a particular area, now these organisms they share or they compete for the same resources because they are residing in a particular area or in the same area. So definitely they will compete for the resources. They reproduce naturally, right? They will interbreed, and interbreeding is applicable when a population we say breed. It means that population's organism should be in the reproductive age. If the organism they are not in the reproductive age, then this step will not be included. If organisms they comes in pre-reproductive age, then interbreeding you will not apply to that population, right? Now we said the term which we had, the topic which we have to discuss today, that is population attributes. So what do you mean by एट्रीब्यूट एट्रीब्यूट्स होते हैं वो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स वो फीचर्स कुछ ऐसे पॉइंट्स जो कि पॉपुलेशन के साथ ओनली एसोसिएटेड होते हैं नॉट विद द वन इंडिविजुअल दे आर एसोसिएटेड विद द होल ग्रुप of organism which is known as population. So attributes, they are those characters, those features which define any population. So here we are going to discuss few very important attributes, and first attribute I am taking into consideration is birth rate. Look here, I have written birth rate, right? Rate word, when you are writing the word rate, it is associated with population. When we talk about any individual, suppose if in a home a child is born, then it is an individual is born. So when we talk about a single individual, then we say birth or death. But when we talk about a group, then we say the rate. So it is as the rate, the word rate is associated with the population. So let's take an example. In a pond, there are 20 lotus plants, right? Initially, how many lotus plants were there in the pond? 20. After 1 year, 28 lotus plants they were observed. It means after 1 year, how many plants they are added in that pond? 8 new lotus plants they are added. So what will be the birth rate? Birth rate will be the new number divided by the initial number. That will give you the birth rate. So birth rate is also known as addition rate also. So 8 by 20, that will be 0.4. Basically that will be the number of lotus which are added and initial number of population of lotus. Now, so number of birds per individual in a unit time, that is known as your birth rate. And rate is always explained as per capita. So it is per capita births in the population. That can be the second definition. Either you can write down the number of births per individual in a particular area or in a particular time, and or you can say per capita births in the population. The second attribute, which again a very important attribute for a population, that is death rate. So rate, I told you, that is always explained as per capita. So it is per capita deaths in a population, or number of deaths per individual in an unit time. Suppose in a laboratory there were 40 fruit flies. 4 died in a week. So what will be the death rate? 4 died in a week. What will be the initial number? That is the 40. So that you will get 0.1 individual per fruit fly per week death, right? So number of death, so it will be number of deaths per individual in a unit time. So in a week time, how many fruit flies they were died? 4. And death rate क्या हो गया? Death rate will be 0.1. Right. Now comes to the third attribute, which again very important attribute, that is called sex ratio. In a given population, means sex ratio है ना, what is the percentage of male and what is the percentage of female, that will help you to determine the sex ratio. So ratio of male or female individuals in a population. So in a population there are 60%, suppose there are males, females, and 40% are males. So ratio will be 60 by 40, that will be 3:2, right? That will be the sex ratio. Last factor, which is last attribute, population attribute, is age distribution. In a given population, how many individuals they come into a particular age bracket. Now particular age means when we look at a population, all individuals, they do not fall into the same age group. Few, they are under pre-reproductive, few are under reproductive age, and few are in the post-reproductive age. So population has been divided into 3 age groups. The major 3 age groups: pre-reproductive, reproductive, and post reproductive. Those individuals which are before 18, they are come under the pre-reproductive age. Those which can reproduce, they come under the reproductive age. Those which are going towards the senescence, aging, they will come in the post reproductive. Suppose like a mango in the initial 5 to 7 years, it does not give a fruit, right? It comes under the pre-reproductive. When it get properly ripened or at the properly matured, then it start coming in the reproductive age. So it is percentage of individuals of a given age और एज ग्रुप. बच्चों जो हमारा एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, इट इज़ द परसेंटेज ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स ऑफ अ गिवन एज or age group. So if age distribution, if we plot it graphically for a population, the structure which coming out, that is known as age pyramid, because all the individuals of a population, they fall into 3 different age groups. So when you draw this graphically, the structure is known as age pyramid. This help us to understand the fate of a population. Fate होता है कि ये population इंक्रीजिंग पॉपुलेशन है, या फिर ये डिक्रीजिंग पॉपुलेशन है, या फिर ये किसी एरिया की स्टेबल पॉपुलेशन है. सो व्हेन यू ड्रॉ द ग्राफ or when you look at the age distribution graphically or you plot the structure or the output is known as age pyramid. So population is growing, population is declining, or population is stable, that you can find out with the age pyramid. So here we will consider three major cases. There we have first population where pre-reproductive age group is maximum. Means now pre-reproductive age group is maximum. These pre-reproductive age group, now when these individuals they will get matured, they will start reproduce, and then they undergo senescence also, right? So when they go for reproduction, they will produce more offspring, so this population will grow, this population will expand. Why this population will expand? क्योंकि already इसके पास प्री रिप्रोडक्टिव लोग जो हैं, जो 18 years एज वाले हैं या बिलो 18 years एज वाले हैं, वो ज़्यादा हैं. नाउ ये सारे लोग रिप्रोडक्टिव एज में जाएंगे, और जब भी रिप्रोडक्टिव एज में जाएंगे दे विल प्रोड्यूस मोर ऑफस्प्रिंग एंड द पॉपुलेशन विल ग्रो. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ पॉपुलेशन वेयर प्री रिप्रोडक्टिव एज group is maximum, this type of population is known as growing population or expanding population. So basically the age pyramid also is in the increasing, and this is called expanding age pyramid, right? Expanding population. So here the post reproductive, reproductive, and maximum is the pre-reproductive age. Now with the basically so this type of population is known as growing population. Means the population is known as expanding. And population of India, our country's population age pyramid, that come into the expanding category. Now second case is stable population. Stable population कब हो सकती है? The number is constant, almost constant or same at the three age groups. Means pre-reproductive age group, they are almost same as the reproductive and the post-reproductive. So Austria is the country which has a stable population. Stable population वो population होती है जिसमें pre-reproductive, reproductive and post-reproductive, they almost have the same number of इंडिविजुअल्स. ऐसा नहीं है कि पोस्ट रिप्रोडक्टिव वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा हैं और प्री रिप्रोडक्टिव बहुत ही कम है. नो, दिस इज़ नॉट द सिनेरियो. दे ऑलमोस्ट दे आर कांस्टेंट विद द three age groups. The last case is declining. This is the case where post reproductive, the aged people are more, and pre-reproductive they are least. And now this is the situation when number of pre-reproductive is least. So definitely less reproductive individual, less offspring, population is declining. This type of population is declining. This type of population is declining population. And Japan is the country in which basically pre-reproductive age individuals, they are less. So different countries, they give different incentives to stabilize the population in their countries. Like in Japan, their government, it usually give incentives or benefits to the couple who have two or more than two children. Why? Because they have very less number in the reproductive age group. Their pre-reproductive number is very, very less. Their age, old age people, they are more. So this kind of three age groups, they define three types of age pyramid or three types of population, that is expanding when the pre-reproductive number is more, then stable when the number is constant in the three age groups, and the declining where the number of post-reproductive individuals, that is more. Next, I will take you the population density as well as